Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, I hope you all are fine by the grace of the Almighty Allah. I am also expecting that you are going well with your studies. In today's class, I am appearing before you with a grammar item. Especially, I am welcoming the students of class 9 and 10 in my today's class. Though grammar class is essential and important for all the students of class 6 and 7. Dear students of class 9 and 10, can you remember what was I teaching in the last class? I think you can remember. It was a grammar item, and that is completing sentences. However, I told you that day in my last class that next day, that means today, I would like to teach you some grammatical items or some completing sentences which are based on structure. That means now I am going to teach you some structural completing sentences. Okay, dear students, first of all, before going to teach you some structural completing sentences, I want to discuss about a particular structure, that is infinitive or infinitive to. First of all, I would like to ask you, can you tell me what is called infinitive or infinitive to? I hope and think if I am in the classroom, you will be able to answer me. Okay, dear students, it's a grammatical item, grammatical term or grammatical language. Infinitive or infinitive to is a grammatical language. So you will have to memorize some grammatical language. Now let us know and see on the board what does it mean. What does the meaning of infinitive or infinitive to? Let's go to the board. Please look at the board and pay your attention or concentration completely to me or to this lesson. Now we are going to learn the very structure known as infinitive or infinitive to. Okay, dear students, let's discuss the matter. Okay, dear students, now here at the top of the board you can see the very word infinitive or infinitive to. There is no difference between the two words infinitive and infinitive to. They are all the same. Actually, infinitive to is a grammatical language. It means to plus verb 1. You know that to is originally or actually a preposition. However, here after to you can see verb 1. Verb 1 means you know that every verb has three forms: verb 1, verb 2 and verb 3. Verb 1 means present form of verb, and verb 2 means past form of verb, and verb 3 means past participle form of verb. That means verb 1 means present form of verb. Suppose do, did, done. Here the first one is do. It is the present form of verb. It is also called verb 1. So infinitive or infinitive to means 2 plus verb 1. One thing should be made clear here, that if you want to use a verb after 2, that means 2 plus verb, you want to use this, then after 2 you must use the present form of verb, such as we can see in the board. Example, to do. Here after to we can see a verb, and that very verb is do, and do is in the present form. The past form and past participle form of which is did and done. We can't use here did or done because it is infinitive, and we know very well that infinitive means 2 plus verb 1. Here we can see, we have already seen. So here after 2 you can see do. Do, of course, a verb, and it is in the present form, and it is verb 1. Next, to see. It is also an infinitive because here we can see to, and after to we can see a verb see. See, of course, is a verb, and it is also in the base form or in the present form. That means see is verb 1. Similarly, we can see in the last phase to go. Here we can see to, and after to we can see the verb go. Go is also in the present form, so it is also an infinitive or infinitive too. Last of all, we can see to meet. To meet, here after to we can see a verb meet. You know that meet, met, met. That means meet is in the present form. So here after to we have also used meet. That means present form of a verb meet. So in respect of all these 4 cases, to do, to see, to go, to meet, we have used a verb, and those verbs are do, see, go, meet, etc. And all these verbs like do, see, go and meet are in the base form or present form. That means verb 1. Because we know that after to we must use verb 1. So to do, here it is an infinitive because after to we can see the base form do or verb 1. It is also an infinitive because after to we can see a verb that is see. It is also in the present form. In the third position we can see to go. It is also an infinitive because after to we can see the present form of a verb that is go. In last of all we can see to meet. It is also an infinitive because after to we can see here a verb meet. Meet is also in the base form or in the present form. That means meet is also verb 1. Now let us look at the sentences. Sentence number 1. I have used the infinitive in different sentences. In 3 sentences, you can see here 3 sentences, number 1, 2 and 3. Number 1, that means in number 1 we can see a sentence, I want to go to the zoo. I want to go to the zoo. Here to go is an infinitive. Here to go is an infinitive, and after to we have used the present form of verb that is go, so it is an infinitive. I want to go to the zoo. Here in this sentence we have used an infinitive, and that very infinitive is to go. Look at the second sentence. In the second sentence we can see I want to meet you. I want to meet you. Here we can see that we can also see to and another verb meet. So it is also an infinitive. That's why I have underlined the infinitive or infinitive to. In the third sentence, you can see that I wish to do the job. I wish to do the job. Here I have underlined both the words to and do. It's also infinitive because here we can see to, and just after to we can see a verb do, and do is in the present form. In this way we can see that we have used 3 infinitives or infinitive to in 3 different sentences, number 1, 2 and 3. In number 1 or in the sentence of number 1 we have used an infinitive, I want to go to the zoo. Here to go is an infinitive. Number 2, I want to meet you. Here we can also see an infinitive, and that very infinitive to meet. And in the third sentence we can see also an infinitive or infinitive to. I wish to do the job. Here the very infinitive to do. In this way, dear students, we can see, we can understand that infinitive or infinitive to means to and next verb 1. To plus present form of verb, in other words. So, students, I think and hope that you are able to understand this grammar item very clearly. Now we can give another example, or we can learn the same thing from another example. Thank you. Dear students, here I have omitted a part of the sentence and I have made them as incomplete sentences like this. Now they are, or they have been, incomplete sentences. We have to complete these three sentences according to the rules of grammar. Okay, dear students, now let us complete the sentences using the grammar item infinitive or infinitive to. Look at the board, please. Dear students, I want to dash. You know that after to you will have to use the present form of a verb or verb 1. So think about the meaning of the given parts and next set up the words to complete the sentences or to complete the sentence. I want to dash you, or I want to dash. I want to go to visit you. Dear students, I have finished the sentences. I have finished the sentence because I know that after to the present form of verb is used. After to the present form of verb is used. So here the present form of verb go has been used. I want to go to visit you. I want to go to visit you. I know that it is an infinitive. Here in this sentence, to has been given. And I know that after to, I have to use the present form of a verb. So after to, just I have used the present form of a verb, that is go. Go, of course, is the present form or is a present form of a verb, the past tense of which is went and past participle gone. In this way, if you know the structure, you can easily complete the sentence. So, the sentence related to infinitive to or infinitive can be completed in this way. In the second sentence, I went to. I went to. Here we can also see to. So after to, I will use verb 1. I went to buy some things. I went to buy some things. Here, after to, I have used buy. Buy is the present form or verb 1. Buy is in the present form, the first form of which is bought and past participle bought. So here I have also used the present form of a verb, and this very verb is buy. I went to buy some things. Next, in the third sentence, we can see, or you can see, I wish to dash. I wish to dash. The same sentences. They are the same sentences. Like the before sentences. Before this, we can have, we have finished two sentences. We have completed two sentences. Similarly, we have to, or you will have to complete these sentences. Here in the third sentence, you can also see to, and after to you will have to use the present form of a verb like go and buy or like this, and then meaningful words, and thus you can complete this sentence. I wish to eat some rice. I wish to eat some rice. Here after to you can see a verb eat, and it is in the present form. Like go, like buy, eat is also in the present form, or it is verb 1. So in this way, dear students, you can complete the sentences which are related to infinitive or infinitive 2. I hope that, my dear students, I expect that you have understood this topic clearly, or this topic is clear to you. Thank you so much. Next, I want to go to another grammar items which is used in completing sentences. Okay, dear students, you can see another phrase, in order to. It is just like infinitive to. In order to. After in order to, you will have to use verb 1. In order to plus V1, V for verb. Verb 1 means present form of verb. So, dear students, here I have written another phrase, in order to. In order to, that means with a view to. In order to means for, with a view to, because, like this. So, if you can see in a sentence this very phrase, in order to, you must use verb 1 like infinitive 2. Here, after in order to, you can use verb 1. It's also another grammar structure. So, I want to use this phrase in order to in a incomplete sentence. I have appeared before you in order to dash. So, dear students, I have written on the board, I have appeared before you. I have appeared before you in order to dash. Here, you will have to understand the meaning of the given parts. And understanding the meaning of the given parts, you will have to set up the rest of the words to make it a complete sentence. You know that after in order to, after to, you will have to use verb 1. That means present form of verb. One thing, this thing should be remembered by you. This thing must be remembered by you, that after in order to, you will have to use the present form of a verb like infinitive or infinitive 2. Now think about the meaning of the given parts, and next you will have to use verb 1, and next the necessary words to complete the incomplete sentence. So, dear students, read out the given parts of the incomplete sentence. I have appeared. I have appeared before you. I have appeared before you. In order to. In order to means for. In order to. I have appeared before you in order to teach you English. I have appeared before you in order to teach. Here, in order to is a phrase. Here, in order to is a phrase. Just after in order to, I have used here teach. Teach is of course a verb and it is in the present form. The first form and first participle form of teach is taught, taught. So, after in order to, after this very phrase, I have used here the present form of a verb or verb 1. That means teach has been used. Just like infinitive 2, I have used the present form of verb just after in order to. It is another structure. I can give you another example. Students go to school in order to dash. Dear students, you are learning completing sentence. So the sentence must be given incomplete. That means there will be incomplete sentence. You will have to complete those or that or this incomplete sentence according to the rules using the grammar structure. Here now we are using the structure in order to, and we have already learned that after in order to you must use verb 1. It is the second sentence or second example. Now I am going to complete the incomplete sentence where I have used in order to. Dear students, look at the board. Students go to school. Students go to school in order to. So after to, the present form of verb, that means verb 1 will be used. Students go to school in order to. Try to understand the meaning of the given parts of the incomplete sentence. Students go to school in order to. Why do students go to school? In order to learn many things. Okay, dear students, I have written in the gap learn many things. Look at the board. After in order to, I have used learn, L-E-A-R-N. It is of course a present form of verb. It is in the present form. Learn is in the present form. The past form of learn is learned, L-E-A-R-N-T, or learned, L-E-A-R-N-E-D. Past participle is also learned or learned. So it is in the present form. So after in order to, we can see that if the present form of a verb, that means learn, has been used. Okay, thank you so much. Next, another one. Dear students, now I am making you understand, or I am going to teach you another structure. that is with a view to, with a view to, but it is different from infinitive to or in order to, because after with a view to, it's a phrase with a view to, that means for or because. After this very phrase with a view to, verb plus ing, that means ing form of verb is used. Though there are three forms of every verb: present, past and past participle form. So really I cannot say ing form, but verb plus ing. That means after this very phrase with a view to, you must use verb plus ing. And you know that ing is added only with the or to the base form of verb. Suppose do is a verb, do, did, done. Do is in the present form, did past form and done past participle form. You will have to, or you want to add ing to the verb. With which form you will add ing? With do or did or done. Of course, not with did or done. You cannot use or add ing to the past and past participle form of a verb. You must add ing to the present form of a verb. That means we do, we go, we take, you can add ing form of verb. So here now you are going to learn the use of with a view to. I have gone there with a view to dash. Dear students, I am writing very simple sentence so that you can understand the meaning. I have gone there. I have gone there with a view to. I have gone there with a view to dash. You know that with a view to means for or because. And you have also known that after with a view to, it is a structure. After with a view to, you will have to use ing form of verb. So here after with a view to, you will have to use a verb or use the ing form of a verb. And you also know that ing is added to the present form of a verb. I have gone there. Try to understand the meaning. I have gone there with a view to meet. Suppose meet. It is the present form of verb. M-E-E-T, meet. But after with a view to, you will have to use the ing form of verb. So with this verb meet, ing must be added. That means I have gone there with a view to meeting, another essential word, with a view to meeting you. So here students, you can see here that after with a view to, after this phrase I have used not meet but meeting. Meeting is the ing form of meet. So it's clear to you that if there is with a view to in a sentence, and if you want to complete this type of incomplete sentence, after with a view to, you must add ing to the base form of a verb. This is the structure. Thank you so much, students. In the next class, I will appear before you with another structure, and that will be my last class on completing sentence. I hope that you are able to understand today's class. I also hope that you will or you have enjoyed this class or today's class. Again, I am wishing you a good health, good luck, and a good life. I am bidding fair you all, paying to you all again my salam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.